Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to FranCoach's Franchising 101 podcast series. I am Tim Parmeter, founder and CEO of FranCoach and your podcast host. FranCoach is a national search firm. We're dedicated to working with individuals who are interested in owning a franchise. We are partnered with over 500 of the top franchisors in the country, spanning nearly 60 industries. Our goal is to help clients find the absolute best franchise for them to own. Our goal of the Franchising 101 podcast series is to help educate people on all aspects of franchise ownership. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that frankly gets a little overused in franchising when people are looking at options: return on investment. When do I get my return on investments? Let's talk about that and its importance or lack thereof. Do we want to eventually get a return on investment when we invest in anything, whether it's, think buying a house or a business? Of course. But there are some things that we need to look at much more important and probably at a higher level of priority. And we've got a couple podcasts where we've talked about, again, how to find the best franchise and some of the things that are important. But with franchising in general, there's not one franchise. Oh my gosh, I want the fastest return on investment. Oh, well, in that case, start franchise X. I need a really slow return on investment. Okay, well, that's everybody else. It does not work that way. Are some a little bit faster than others? Of course. But your overall success of the franchise is going to be primarily dependent on two things. First and foremost, are you finding the best fit for you? What's going to be the best fit for you is going to be totally different from me and the next person and the next person. That's first. Once we find the fit, then basically don't screw it up. Follow the plan, put forth the effort, and you will be able to achieve your success. With return on investment, really what I want people to kind of focus on a little bit more is, before we get to return on investment, assuming it's the right fit, meets what you're looking for, all of those things, is when do you start making money and when do you need to start making money? Think a retail franchise, some food related option. Well, you're not even going to be open for 6 to 12 months. So you are not making a dime for, let's just split that and say 9 months from that, right? And then from there, you're going to have a pretty hefty overhead for that. So it may take some time. It may take, months after you're finally open. You've got to be very well capitalized from that situation. And we'll talk with folks all the time about having at least 6 months operating capital once you're open. Some you'll get to cash flow positive quicker, but some may take longer than that. Once you get to the point where your business is now making money, the investment part is now over. Now you're making money. Now you're building your business. You hopefully will get quickly to where now you can start taking money out of the business. We've got a whole nother podcast coming here in the next week or so on how owners compensate themselves. Very, very different from the corporate world. But once you get that money coming in, right, now you're in a situation where, again, the investment part is over. Now you're building the business. You get a little farther along. Now you're starting to pull some money out and kind of getting a little cash reserve. Do we still focus on when we get I invested $150,000, I need to get that back in my pocket? Yeah, sure, right? But again, think of the longer term perspective of this. You're building wealth, you're building equity, you're building a business that eventually you're going to more than likely sell. So every dime you can make along the way is great. Eventually you're going to, and again, in most cases, you're going to sell it, which is where you should have a return on investment before then, but that's where you're going to cash out and really be able to kind of cash in on what your investment was, in addition to making all the money along the way. As we go through the process of vetting the franchises, again, nothing financial in franchising is a definite with any particular franchise. Oh, month 3, day 7, you're going to break even. Year 2, day 4, you'll get the return on investment. Does not work that way, because not every owner is, number one, going to run the business the same way. They're not going to have the same goals to reach certain levels that you do. Yours may be higher or lower, so those numbers will differ. We'll get into with folks as we're vetting the franchises, understanding what those things are, what those numbers are that we want to be able to hit, and get a great understanding of what that, again, when do you start making money in general? When does that money mean you don't have to put any more money into the business from an operating capital? It is now self-sustaining. When can you start pulling money out? Sometimes that's right away based on how we structure the funding side of things. But when is it really producing the money to be able to do that? Those things are going to be significantly more important, because at that point you're already in the business and the money's going. When I get my 150 back that I put into to invest in that business becomes a little less important. So we don't want to say that it does not matter. We shouldn't focus on it. We shouldn't worry about it. We should, but it's really more that longer term play for the business, and again, understanding kind of that exit strategy for getting out of the business down the road, of that kind of cash out from the sales standpoint. So yes, we want to talk about it. Yes, we will go over it, but so many other kind of factors within that point. So may seem a little counterintuitive to say we're focusing on return on investment for your new franchise. Does not matter. It matters. It's just significantly less important. So anyway, we hope that helps a little bit. We look forward to these podcasts for any little topic along the way to kind of help enlighten people who have some interest in franchise ownership, to some of the fantastic possibilities that are out there, to understanding the nuances about it, and more importantly, how to actually find that best thing. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more about becoming a franchise owner, then let's schedule a brief introductory call. So you can contact us via our website, FranCoach.net. Hit us up there, send us a message. You can call directly 480-501-1354. And we're all over social media. Feel free to follow us and message us again there. Never ever any fee for our service. So we really encourage you folks to take that first step today. Reach out to us and help create your better tomorrow. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Stay safe, and we look forward to connecting soon. Thanks so much.